Hey there, I'm Jennifer, and welcome to Be Life, the first live streaming show for beauty, health, and wellness. Today I'm here to help you understand the science of nutrition and the art of healthy living so you can get real life-changing results. The ketogenic lifestyle is all the rage these days, but for many, it's not sustainable. I'm talking with two experts today who can shed some truth on the keto diet and how to incorporate it into a balanced lifestyle. Please welcome author of She Does Keto and keto expert, my new best friend, Gigi Ashworth. Hi, Cindy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. And biohacking MD, Dr. Venus Ramos. Hello. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
I'm so excited. First of all, have a seat.
Okay, great.
Let's just note that it's all women today, and that's very exciting for me, that we have experts in their field that are women. So thank you for joining us. All right, keto. It's like a buzzword. Why?
It's a huge buzzword.
Why is it such a big thing?
Mostly because it gets results,
Okay.
I think.
That word, results.
Yes. I think that keto it became more of a buzzword. It became more of this is the cool new thing, because it developed the reputation of the diet where I can eat cheeseburgers and eat bacon, and this is an indulgent diet.
And I can lose weight.
And then I get to lose weight. So it gets results, and then it developed a reputation of being able to eat all of those cheat foods that you never thought that you could eat on a diet.
Right. But Gigi, you have a different perspective. You've been doing this before it was cool, and for different reasons. So
it's fascinating, actually, and I'm sorry to cut you off.
No.
I've been doing it for almost 20 years at this point, and back then I didn't call it a keto diet. It's just low carb lifestyle, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you guys remember the Atkins diet.
Yes.
But that was literally a ketogenic diet, but it got such negative press. But the ketogenic diet tends to get better press. I mean, yeah, of course, there's a lot of different research and articles and all that stuff saying that it's not so great for you, but it's just interesting to compare the two, because we have the Atkins diet that was heavy on bacon and meats and all that kind of stuff, and the keto diet is the same thing, yet they're just compared differently.
And why is that? So why are people so gung-ho on the keto diet and thumbs down on the Atkins diet?
That's actually something that do you have an insight on that? Because that's what I'm trying to piece together.
They just repackaged it different, marketed it differently?
I think it was a matter of marketing, and then it's also a matter of Dr. Atkins, when he basically had a heart condition. That was basically the negative press
backlash from it
that led to the downfall of the Atkins diet.
Well, let's talk about that, because the way you do keto, Gigi, is very different than cheeseburger, bacon, cheese, go for it.
Yeah, so first of all, I do dairy-free keto as well as nut-free keto, because I have an allergy to nuts, and I actually have an allergy to dairy as well. I have food allergies and digestive issues up the wazoo, which is why I do the keto lifestyle. That being said, what I focus on is the healthy fats from avocados and salmon and, just that sort of really good stuff. And like when I eat red meat, because I do eat red meat, I eat grass-fed and grass-finished beef. So I live a lifestyle that's very high in the healthy fats, not bacon. I don't eat pork. Obviously, I keep a low carbohydrate intake as well, and that's how I do it.
What about oils? Olive oil, coconut oil? Do you have an opinion? Avocado oils?
I mean, I do all of those oils. I stay far away from the poly6 fatty acid oils, because they just up your inflammation in your body. So like the oils that are typically used at restaurants, like sunflower oil or peanut oil, those types of things.
But palm
oil is not so great.
Okay, the doctor's going, mm-mm.
Yeah,
mm-mm.
But those are the cheaper oils that restaurants typically use. I stay far away from those, and when I go to restaurants, I ask many questions.
Yeah.
Some people are like, oh gosh, that's so embarrassing.
Oh, we're here with this girl again.
Exactly,
no, here we go.
But I own it. And that's something that people who adopt this lifestyle need to realize they have to do.
You just said stand up for yourself. You you're reframing it. Like what we talked about earlier too, off screen, was the mentality of it. The mentality of it being a lifestyle, and that it's taking charge of your health.
Yeah.
This is not about what you can't do. This is about the things you're going to be able to do when you empower yourself with choice.
Oh yeah. I think about
which
the
I love.
can, and when I say can, I mean all of the foods I can eat.
Right.
And then when I feel better because I'm eating these foods, all the things I can do on top of that.
It's a chain reaction.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go out in the field with our correspondent Becky and Chef Kalal at the Redondo Beach Farmers Market.
Can't be much more fun than this.
Chef, I'm so excited to be here with you at the
Thank
farmers
you.
market. We have all this amazing food to talk about. But first, I would love for you to talk about keto. There's so many diets out there. A lot of people are confused. Can you talk about what the keto diet is? I don't really feel like I have a great grasp on that.
Yeah, the keto diet is essentially a very clean way to put food in your body that is good for you. It's high in fat, low in sugar, very low in carbs. Olive oils, healthy fats, as opposed to carbohydrates.
Sure.
Your body
So
is
avocados would be great.
Avocados are great, avocado oil, olive oil, of course.
Sure.
So we want to eat things like leafy green vegetables, things
Okay.
that are growing under the ground, normally have a lot of sugars, carrots,
Okay.
leeks. There's a lot of sugars in there because they need that sugar to sustain themselves during the cold periods, which are essentially carbohydrates.
Sure.
So it's not really good for the keto diet. You'll notice that if you peel them and you throw them in an oven, you'll see they'll just turn black, and that's the sugar caramelizing.
Sure.
You don't necessarily think that sugar is there, but there's a lot of sugar in the carrots. So it's not really great for a keto diet.
But you've talked about sugar, so
Yeah.
aren't berries sugar? But those are okay in the keto diet.
They are, but in moderation, everything in moderation, right? You know, berries are fine, but just don't eat the entire bowl.
Now, something else I'd love for you to talk about is the difference between the keto diet and Atkins.
I think the Atkins diet was dated. There are a lot of things that were really good to eat, but
Right.
not really good for you. So what we're looking for are clean, healthy proteins. The foods are relatively the same, but you're not eating like a ton of bacon. In the Atkins diet, bacon was like
Right.
the most important thing. But yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Sure.
Good fats are
The wrong kind of fat. I mean, you can't compare
Right.
bacon to avocado, obviously.
right. But a nice fish, nice chicken,
Right.
things that have fat but that are not processed.
What would be your go-to? I know you're going to make some delicious food for me back
Yes.
at the restaurant. So,
Yeah.
what would be your go-to? I know that nuts are a part of that.
Boneless, skinless chicken breast. White meat, the breast, is lower in fat than the dark meat. The dark meat is tastier, but this is actually better for you.
Wow.
So eggs are really important in every diet around the world. Essentially, eggs are essential. I think a lot of times we grab them at the store because they're $1.99 for a dozen, and that's not really good. We should be buying cage-free eggs that come from sustainably raised animals. Looking at cost only is not the best way to approach buying an egg. Okay, fats. You know, we talk about fats. Avocados are a wonderful source of a very good fat. Never squeeze an avocado to see if it's ripe. The best way to tell is to grab the stem, and if it comes off like that, it's
Wow.
ready.
I want to try this. So you just pick off the.
Yeah. And if it comes off, it's ready. Wow.
Amazing.
If it's stuck, put it back.
What a great trick. I'll use that going forward.
Good. I'm gonna make a frittata. It'll be an egg-based dish.
Okay.
And it's hard to pair eggs with nuts.
Right.
So the only way I can really think about doing that is to make a pesto.
And it's easy
nuts,
for everyone to
super
make.
easy, and it's something you can eat all day.
Okay, I'm ready.
warm or
Let's go
cold.
shopping. Let's go shopping.
Okay, so if we want to make this keto lifestyle sustainable, what are there any carbohydrates that we can have? I mean, I don't know. For me, I'm not sure that I could just go totally fat and salmon and protein. I know salmon. Yay, salmon! I had to get that word in for you. I just had to, you know.
You just have to eat the salmon.
You just eat the
that's
salmon.
it.
But what carbohydrates can you have or would be considered compatible with a ketogenic lifestyle?
There's lots, actually, and in my book, I have a whole list. But you know, it's a lot of unstarchy vegetables.
Okay.
But you know, there are certain vegetables out there, like for instance, butternut squash. You can mix that in. Obviously, it's a little higher in carbohydrate than spinach for say, but you can weasel it in there. Like I have a butternut squash pancake recipe in my book.
Wow.
And then you put on, your sugar-free pancake syrup made with erythritol. And it's like you're eating the real thing.
Right.
So it's really, I guess just like stepping outside of the box and experimenting in the kitchen. That is what keto is. And a lot of people, who adopt this lifestyle don't realize that they're gonna have to put a little bit more effort into it. So instead of, hitting up the drive-thru at McDonald's and just throwing away the bun, maybe you should take a step into the kitchen and create that burger at home with grass-fed and grass-finished beef, some grass-fed and grass-finished cheese on top if you'd like, and, use a healthier oil to cook it in, or just use the beef fat because that omega-3 enriched fat from, eating grass its whole life is very beneficial for your health.
I love the call to action of get out of the car, get into the kitchen, right?
It's just really that. And like at the end of the day, yes, some people might not like to cook, but this lifestyle, you have to plan in advance.
So right now what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a frittata.
Okay.
We're gonna start with olive oil and Italian fennel sausage.
Sure.
Red chili flakes, thyme, rosemary, parsley, garlic. So it's a very traditional Italian
Sure.
dish, but I'm using chicken instead of pork.
What a great combination of all those flavors
It's very
together.
nice. So we're gonna make frittata.
Add the eggs. Another fairly easy dish to make. Do you remember the very first thing that you ever cooked?
No, I wish I could. I'm sure it was a disaster.
Hey, it's an experience,
The other thing about this particular dish, like people on a keto diet,
right?
this is protein. This is like all protein.
protein.
Eggs protein, sausage protein.
Sure.
Very clean.
Wow. It's hard to find a good pesto. Pine nuts, basil, Parmesan.
Would you like to taste it?
This pesto is the besto. I had to. Okay, okay. Let me get the hair out of the way for this. I'm actually allergic to dairy, so the vegan would be best. I'm gonna do it for the gram. Here we go. Oh yeah, that'll be worth the 3 Benadryl I have to take later. Yeah. Wow. So we just pulled it out of the oven.
Just pull it out of the oven. It's very, very, very warm. I'm just gonna plate it very simply.
Wow. Besto pesto.
Shall we try it?
Yes.
Another way to spruce this up, especially for people that are on the keto diet, is to add an avocado. That's a perfect addition to
Lovely.
a great dish.
Look at that. That's a whole meal right there.
Yes, it is.
In under a few minutes.
Yep.
It's the keto version of avocado toast.
Yes, it is. Avocados love 2 things. Avocados love salt. Just only need a little
Sure,
bit.
a little bit would go a long way.
And avocados love lime. A little bit of squeeze.
So we have our completed meal here. We have our lime, we have our salt. And you know what I love lime and salt on.
The rim of a glass.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm stuffed, so it's natural to go grab a drink.
Absolutely.
Yes?
Would you like to meet my friend Patrick?
I would love that.
Follow me.
Tell me a little bit about your take on, product quality, especially with supplements. What should we look for? Whether it's a keto supplement or any supplement, really.
Well, I think what's key to understand is when you're adopting these lifestyles, starting off on a keto diet, and perhaps you're not exactly sure. She mentioned how it's going to take some time and you have to truly pre-plan. Sometimes when you're trying to first start off with a diet, it's hard to get all the information that you need in order to do all that
I
pre-planning.
think anytime you start off with something
start-
new,
it's-
right?
it's-
You get
it's
bombarded with
hard.
information.
And especially in nutrition and food, all of the information you're getting is conflicting.
Contradictory,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah.
But you've got to start somewhere.
Right.
Take that first step. You start implementing some of the principles that you've heard you need to do on a ketogenic diet, and but you still need to focus on staying as healthy as possible because that in the end is the goal,
Right.
to be healthy.
And
So
to
I
be
think-
sustainable,
yes.
right? To be able to live this way long term.
And it's not going to happen for most people. It's just not realistic to just know all the rules, eat everything perfectly,
Right.
like she has developed.
I think what these diets are good for, these restrictive diets, is to learn. Like you said, you start researching, you start learning about things, you try things out, you take what works for you, and then you get rid of the rest. So
Exactly.
try being a vegan, try the keto, try this, try that, and then adopt it for your lifestyle. I happen to really like the kind of that Mediterranean
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
lifestyle because honestly, it's not just focused on food. There's so many things, like you said, that can lead to inflammation.
Yeah.
That don't have anything to do with food,
That's
right?
why I think supplements are great to include whenever you're trying to start off on a diet, or whether you're even just trying to sustain some sort of a healthy lifestyle. Our very, very busy lives, it makes it very difficult to pre-plan as much as you absolutely need to do in order to truly stay healthy. It's just very hard to do. So supplements is a way of making it manageable, making this healthy lifestyle manageable, because always finding the grass-fed, grass-finished beef, always finding the organic ingredients that you're supposed to put into your body, it's difficult. But when you have a couple of good supplement products that you're able to turn to give you those nutrients, give you the healthy, good, organic, quality ingredients that you need to put into your body, then it just makes it much more easier. And I think that's the key, actually. Making this type of a lifestyle easier.
Right.
Because if it's not easy, if you're stressing about every calorie, every ingredient, and you're just not sure about that, oh no, keep that away from me.
Right.
When you're stressing out about that, that's actually increasing your cortisol level, and that is totally defeats the purpose.
I know, well, that's what I was getting at. Like, it's not just about what we put in our mouths, but it's how are we taking in the food. Like, if you're stressed out when you're eating, your body registers that, right? And like you said, the cortisol levels, it's a whole domino effect. So, you know, I keep using this example, but I go to Italy and I just feel like, it doesn't matter what I eat. First of all, what I'm eating is pretty clean
amazing.
and amazing, but the walking. Gigi, I'm so excited to talk to you. I've wanted to hear all about your story, about your journey and your transformation. So
Well,
tell
I'm
me.
flattered you want to hear about me.
I do, because you're adorable. Love it.
Okay, well, I've been on this keto lifestyle for like almost 20 years. It makes me feel really old.
Well, that's before anybody even knew what keto was.
Exactly, that's the funny part. And my mom has actually been on it longer, like 30 years or so. And it just is, it's fascinating to me because it's just, I've seen it grow, and you know, more and more people, you know, are, you know, adopting this lifestyle and stuff like that, and it's just, it's been around for so long, but a lot of people think that it just started yesterday, sort of thing.
You were on the cutting edge. You were on it before it was trendy.
I feel that way.
Yeah. So what made you kind of adopt this lifestyle? Why did you do
So
that?
I was diagnosed with celiac and Crohn's and ulcerative colitis and IBS, a whole bunch of digestive issues, if you will. I like to say that I won the digestive lottery. But what happened was my mom, since she was already on this diet, she was like, you know, I've read a lot of research about, you know, cutting out the grains and doing low carb, high fat. And so I started adopting that, I guess, eating style. And it really, really, really helped. And another thing too is when you eat a high fat diet, like, you don't want to eat a whole bunch of different things because you're so full. When I started to feel these benefits of eating this way, like, I didn't even look twice at bread again.
Oh, wow. I don't know what that's like.
I honestly do not remember what bread tastes like, and I am A-okay with that.
I feel bad for you, though.
I'm sort of a weird case, though, too, because there are people who are on the keto diet who are looking for that quick fix, so they try to make these, like, fancy bread recipes and stuff like that with, you know, cream cheese and all that kind of stuff.
Cauliflower.
Yeah, and that, too.
Yeah, pizza and cauliflower?
I know.
About that.
Well, the thing is, there's actually products out there on the market that they say they're cauliflower crust, but the thing is, they have rice flour in them.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people think they're keto, but because they're not reading the ingredients, and then they realize they're not after they eat it.
Patrick, this is my friend Becky.
Well, hello there. How are you today?
good to
Welcome.
see you.
Thank you.
for
Good to
having
see you.
I'd love to stay and join you, but I have to go back to the kitchen. So have a great afternoon.
Work never
so
ends,
fun.
Shasha.
Don't you work too hard. How are we doing today, ladies?
Good.
Everything going good?
Hi, how are you?
See you. Hi.
Welcome. We just saw you. Gigi?
Nice to meet you. Hi.
So the sun is out, so I've been making a couple cocktails lately. We've really been selling a lot of margaritas, mojitos, and pina coladas. So, and I actually found this really great product that I've been using. It's Ketosis product. and it really allows you to get really good flavor into these drinks without having to go through all the sugar and everything. So I was wondering if you guys would be willing to do a little taste test for me. You know, I figure we try a real one, and then we try an even better one. What do you guys think?
I'm excited.
You like it? All right. Well, let's have some
Wait a
fun
second.
here.
So is there alcohol in the keto drink,
Of
or no?
course there's alcohol.
There's
in
still
there.
alcohol in it. All right, I'm in.
There is.
Well,
we still gotta have
I'm
a
in.
little bit of
The
fun
thing
with it, you know?
is I actually follow the keto diet, and while you can drink alcohol on it, I personally don't. So can we make one virgin?
Absolutely, we can. That's the best thing
wanna
about
try
this
yours,
product.
too.
It's
Okay.
still got a line of what these tasted like.
You and now you guys are both Jen's
So let's have a little bit of fun here.
I'll have both. So really,
The first thing we are going to try here is our margarita,
All right.
okay, which is a very traditional
That's my
cocktail,
guy.
sweet, sour, Cointreau, tequila, lime. It's an absolutely fabulous drink to have sitting on a beach somewhere. So here we have our fantastic margarita with our ketosis products. As you can see, the nice, beautiful, vibrant green color.
Yeah,
That's
seriously.
going to be accentuated by that lime. Now here is our traditional margarita. Now as you see, it's a little bit blander. Right?
Yeah.
Now,
I'm way more attracted to that one.
as am I. It really just does pop the eye. Now you just want to add a nice little lime wedge right there. Now, would you guys like to try this?
Yes.
Okay, let's give this a little shot here. So we have our little
yes.
taste buds here.
Oh, a shot.
Okay.
So what gives this consistency versus that consistency?
So that is this ketosis powder. Now what it does is it adds a little bit of a creamy filter to it, as well as the beautiful margarita taste. So here we go. If you just want to try this here. Now this is including that product.
Salud.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, cheers.
There we are. Now, ladies, what do you
Oh,
think?
it's tasty.
Vibrant
Very,
taste to it,
very
right?
Very
tart.
pungent,
Yes.
but in a very good way.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is a very potent flavor.
And the
Really-
best, there's no sugar. There's no sugar in that.
Well, that's the nice thing. Think about it. You drinking a margarita on the beach, you know, and you spend all winter trying to get into your bikini body. This way you can do it while laying on the beach.
Exactly.
So how many net carbs does the keto product have?
All right,
Net
let's
carbs
try
and all
this.
this.
Well, they don't even have carbs in this.
So there's not.
So that's
what.
what.
There we Yep, might as well get the pictures going here.
Oh my goodness.
So you guys are golden. And the nice thing about this too, it's an appetite suppressant.
Yes.
So
Ooh.
you won't
It's my
be,
favorite part about
you
the
won't
keto
be
diet.
feeling like, oh my god, I need to eat something else. You're like, no, I can just keep drinking this, and it's got so many health benefits that you're going.
So now we're gonna go from the beach to the backyard, okay?
Oh.
What is one of the best cocktails you can think of when you're having a barbecue? Middle of July, fireworks going off. For me, it's a mojito. I love anything with mint and lime. So we do have one more little surprise for you here, and we have a mojito. Okay?
Oh.
Lovely.
So we are going to show you here. This is with our Bruno MD product. You see again the vibrant color, the vibrant green, mixing here with the beautiful flakes of mint. And that
Yeah, that's what
really-
I'm noticing.
Yes.
that nice mint flavor to it. Okay?
Oh,
Now,
good.
I'm going to show you what a traditional mojito will look
should
like.
tip you.
Now, again, this is mint,
Right.
lime, rum, soda water, and a little bit of lemon and lime.
This
okay?
looks so much more
Now you
appealing.
see
Again.
beautiful, vibrant color of the mint here. And this, while it's still going to be a phenomenal cocktail, it's not as vibrant. It really doesn't stand out. You're not going to notice that from across the party and go, wow.
Well, and
that
for
looks
entertainers,
delicious.
this is what people are going to want to
Yes,
use.
exactly. This is really going to stand out here. So here, let's go ahead and give this a shot here, okay?
Please.
So, while you allow this to hit your palate here, we're going to grab our
Cheers.
product,
Cheers.
our Bruno MD.
Oh my, take a sniff before.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now, the first thing
like
that's
it's
really going to hit your lips is that really vibrant mint. Okay?
Oh,
Really taste
yes.
that
So good.
refreshing, and followed up with that nice citrus kick to it, that nice lime kick to it.
It's got like a. Did you
so
put bubbly
good.
in there? Did you put club
Yes.
soda in there?
So,
Okay.
in a
I love
mojito, you
that.
traditionally do use a little
Yeah.
bit of club soda and some lemon and lime soda, just to balance
Love
each other
that.
out.
Sure.
Now, you can go straight soda water. Okay, it's not going to affect the flavor at all.
That's
The
what I
lemon and
would
lime really is just to counteract some of that sweetness.
It's such a wonderful balance.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
it's really
refreshing.
good.
mojitos are extremely refreshing, and
Okay.
they're a crowd favorite.
I'm gonna turn this over to you because
Oh, thanks.
that is like great.
like,
to
oh,
me.
no,
I'm
it's
gonna let you
delicious.
do that. You
What's
tell
in
me
it?
what's going on with it.
Well, the great thing about this product is actually a 9-in-1 supplement. So usually you see products like this that really is only advertising the electrolytes because with the keto diet, you know, there's something called the keto flu. So about a week or two after you get onto a keto diet, you feel like you have the flu. And it's because your body is detoxing from all of the sugar and stuff like that that you have in there and, you know, adopting this new lifestyle. And so they always recommend, oh, get the electrolytes, which is basically salt. The great thing about this one it doesn't just have salts. It doesn't just have electrolytes, because it also has avocado powder, which is a fat, obviously. And then it has, the calcium, the sodium, the magnesium, the potassium, which are the electrolytes. But then on top of that, it has green tea extract. So it gives you those polyphenols, which is an antioxidant. And then on top of that, there's also olive extract. And olives have amazing fat as well, omega-9 fatty acids.
So glad you said that, because when you were talking about bar snacks like peanuts and pretzels, I was, well, can I have olives?
Oh, you can have olives.
Thank you.
Or slices of avocado.
In fact, you should just move all of those other things away and just, say, hey.
Jar of olives.
I am right there with you. We are going to be sitting at the bar eating olives and drinking these amazing drinks. And then on top of that, it has Italian white kidney bean extract, which actually is this fat burner appetite suppressant ingredient. And it's been very popular recently with people who are trying to lose weight. It's been known to really reduce your appetite. So here
So
you
no
are.
more drunk
Exactly.
fries,
You're-
pizza.
Exactly. You're not going to be like, hey, can I order a pizza after this? No, you're going to probably order another one of these drinks and enjoy it and then have your olives.
Ladies, I am invigorated. What an amazing day at the farmer's market. We had our drinks. I'm ready to work out.
Girl, let's
Yes,
do
it's
it.
at the beach.
All right.
Yoga.
After drinks. Oh my God, this invigorates you to want to go work
That's
out.
what I'm saying. I feel great.
The bar is like the new gym.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It may be difficult for people to get started on one of these new diets, particularly the keto diet, because many people do feel it's restrictive. Do you have any go-tos or tricks or tips, supplements that can help people jumpstart their way into a new diet lifestyle?
I mean, as we spoke about earlier, it's really first and foremost, you need to get your mindset in a place where you're ready to do this. And then from there, it's just really, again, you got to educate yourself. And I think, a well-rounded multivitamin is obviously the number one thing that I think anybody should take, in my personal opinion, especially for me, just because since I live this keto diet and I do have my vegetables and all that sort of stuff, but, sometimes I might be lacking in like calcium, for instance. So, I supplement with that sort of thing. And also with my intestinal issues, I can't absorb a lot of things because I don't have a large intestine. So I supplement up the wazoo. And probiotics is another one that I think is really important because, if people adopt a keto lifestyle, they tend to go very heavy on dairy, which I have to mention, and you probably might agree with me, very inflammatory food. Okay. But probiotics can help you digest those things because a lot of people who will adopt a keto lifestyle will keep the dairy in their lives. And I even asked this recently on Instagram. I asked people if they've gone dairy-free or not. And the people who responded to that question were all like, yeah, I've tried it before and I felt so much better.
Yeah.
Yet the cheese drags them back in for some reason.
Well, cheese is a big dragger.
Apparently
cheese
so.
definitely drags me in.
I don't even remember what cheese tastes like. Isn't that weird?
I'm so sorry.
I know,
It's
right?
really...
But I don't know. So here's a question for you, and maybe you haven't, but like, have you tried those cheese taco shells at like these fast food restaurants?
Oh, where they're making things of cheese.
They're
Yeah,
trying
but
to jump
again,
on this bandwagon, and I'm like, they're just trying to take your money.
Yeah.
In a negative way. Like, there are ways to do it in a positive way.
I am with both of you. I think we're all in agreement that, I have a slice of cheese, I have a glass of wine now and then, but it's not an excuse for me to just kind of cheese it up and just put cheese in everything. For me, it's I enjoy food. It's part of my DNA as being Greek and Italian.
I get it.
Part of my DNA is about loving food, not as a punishment, not as a reward, but as a part of my culture and a part of my life. So I particularly sheep's and goat milk cheese, I digest a little bit better than any sort of cow milk cheese. And I do it, and again, moderation. So that's my approach to cheese.
I have to piggyback off of your rewarding versus when you're sad, like type of eating.
Yeah.
Because people have asked me like, what do you eat when you're sad? And I'm like, salmon. And they're like, what do you eat when you're happy? And I'm like, salmon? Like, things don't change, guys. I don't understand this question. It's weird. Like, I don't go to a pint of ice cream. Is that what you were looking for?
But a lot of people do use their emotions.
I know.
And what they're seeking is comfort. Some people smoke a cigarette. Other people take a pint of ice cream. Other people eat salmon.
There are associations there. There's actually a very scientific one where you do experience stress and you do experience that spike in your cortisol. And that elevated cortisol actually leads to increased cravings for fatty foods and sugary foods. That's actually just a scientific mechanism that occurs. But there are things you can do to kind of retrain your brain to deal with stress in a different way.
Right. And again, that's the education, learning the tricks, learning the tips from the experts. Exercise, huge, right? And
Yes.
it doesn't mean you have to go in and pound out hour workouts in the gym.
Just increase your physical activity. That's what cortisol was actually meant to do. It was supposed to, that stress response.
Fight or
was-
flight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was meant for you to be able to do physical activity and exercise. So that's
To run from a lion when you needed to, but
Exactly, but
not
yes,
not
To me on the daily.
Yeah, the line. Not be sitting in traffic on the 405.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that is the stress relief that we should be using is exercise. But there are other things you can do. Just simple deep breaths. 10 slow deep breaths a day. It's scientifically shown to help reduce the cortisol levels in your body.
I needed that. Thank you.
What about screaming into a pillow? Does that help?
All healthy techniques.
That can definitely help as well. And even human connection. That is something that truly does and has been shown in research to decrease your cortisol levels. So connecting with another human being, giving someone a hug, laughter.
I love that you just said that.
We should all have a group hug.
I think we should just group hug it out.
All right, come
There
in.
we go. We're
Group
reducing
hug.
cortisol right now.
Cortisol. Wait, cortisol or serotonin?
We're reducing
Oh,
cortisol.
reducing cortisol. I was like,
Building
yes.
serotonin.
All the feel-good vibes. You've been on the keto diet for almost 20 years. What are your top tricks for sticking to it?
It's really a mindset thing. It's a mindset
anything,
thing.
when
Exactly.
you're trying to change.
If you do not feel well and you want to try and, feel better and you want to try this keto diet, you have to mentally tell yourself, I have to do this. I have to do this for my health. And if you walk into a bakery with a friend who's not on the keto diet and you're trying to do the keto diet, you have to just enjoy the smells and then realize, okay, I can go home and I can make pancakes or whatever, but using egg and some collagen powder or some keto protein powder or whatever. And there are sugar-free pancake syrups you can put on top so it can make you feel like you're eating the real thing.
So there is a little bit of discipline that comes with it.
It's a discipline thing 100%, so that's like my number one tip. But my second thing is you gotta eat the fat because it keeps you satiated. And when you're satiated, you can think about other things. Like for me, since I eat a lot of salmon, I only eat twice a day. So I do the intermittent fasting thing, but I've been doing that for my entire life, so it was never like, ooh,
Right.
I
It's a
should do
habit.
it. Exactly. But I'm never hungry in between meals. I don't snack at all. My third tip is honestly, don't give up on your physical activity. Because physical activity actually helps increase ketones. So like what I do is I do fasted exercise. After I work out on the elliptical and then lift weights and stuff like that, I come home and I take my blood ketones and I'm like skyrocketing.
And do you think the keto lifestyle is necessarily for everybody?
No, definitely not. I mean, like for instance, my husband, he tried to adopt the keto diet. He lasted one day. Everyone works differently. And there's vegetarians and vegans out there, and you can definitely be on the keto diet and be a vegan, but it's a lot harder. And again,
Right.
it's that mindset thing. And are you willing to put in the dirty work to make this lifestyle sustainable for you?
Dr. Venus, what do you tell your patients who are trying to transition to whether it's a keto diet or any sort of restrictive diet, right? That's probably going to eliminate carbs. Those patients that are like, but I love my chips and my salsa and my popcorn and my rice, and especially my white rice. How do they jumpstart that process?
I think that it's very important to remember that when you're trying to adopt a diet like the ketogenic diet, you are removing carbohydrates, which your body has become used to getting all of its energy from.
Right.
It's become very used to that. So when you start trying to eliminate those things, and whenever I'm trying to advise people on adopting this type of a lifestyle, okay, we're removing the carbohydrates. You're going to have to start creating ketones because that's where you are going to be getting your energy now from. It's going to take some time for that transition to actually occur in your body. So oftentimes when they start removing the carbohydrates, people will feel this lethargy, this extreme fatigue. And then it becomes very frustrating. They're like, how am I supposed to get through the day? There's no carbs in my body. I have no energy whatsoever. I can't even get through the day. So I think that it's important to now introduce supplements, which are going to actually help you get through this period of fatigue, actually help you continue with your ketogenic lifestyle until your body gets used to using the fuels that you are giving it to create the ketones, which provide you with the energy that you need to continue to get through your day.
Pardon, is this lethargy that you're talking about what people refer to as the keto flu?
Oftentimes, yes. Well, anytime you're going to feel just lethargic and not feel like doing anything, this keto flu is this whole constellation of symptoms where you just don't want to move. So,
but it's a transition period, right?
It's basically a transition period, and people say, well, you just need to get through it. And there are some people who do have the ability to just power through it until they finally get to that point. But again, we live in the real world. We are very, very busy people. How are you supposed to get through your work? You're supposed to show up to your 9 to 5 and be productive at work when you don't have the energy to even get out of bed. That's just not a sensible lifestyle. So supplements that provide you with ketones, supplements that provide you with the BHB.
What are those?
That's actually the ketones.
Okay.
So when you're actually able to take a supplement like that, give your body the ketones that it needs in order to create the energy it needs to function, then that can be very helpful when you're trying to start off on a keto diet.
It's almost a jump start. You're like, here, let me help you.
Let me
guide you.
Give you the energy.
Let me help. What is it? Help me help you.
Exactly. Because it does take some time for your body to realize, oh no, I'm no longer getting my energy from carbohydrates. I have to start getting it from ketones. Well, where are the ketones?
And we can usher that process along.
Exactly.
So then once I'm there and I'm kind of over the hump of frustration, then it's easier for my body to run on fats. What kind of fats should I be getting?
Well, you definitely should be getting the healthier fats because those are the fats that aren't going to cause inflammation in your body. So it's the healthier fats which are going to be more helpful to you in sustaining a healthy lifestyle.
For example?
Like the avocados and olive oil, things like that.
You just, my two favorite words. Avocados
and those are
olive
things
oil.
that you can actually get in the right product. When you're able to get a product that's going to give you ketones, able to give you healthy fats, and even antioxidants, things that can help increase your ability to reduce inflammation in your body. When you're able to put all of that into some sort of a supplement or combination of supplements, when you're able to do that for your body, then you're giving yourself the ability to be successful in these ketogenic diets.
So now that we've enjoyed the margarita, the next one we're going to do is pina colada, which is
my
sensation,
favorite.
okay? Sitting on a beach, on a tropical island. Now, this we can do, of course, frozen. However, I always prefer it on the rocks. Okay. So now what I'm going to show you guys is this is the pina colada with the keto product. Nice, beautiful, vibrant color here.
Like a pineapple.
Okay. Now we are going to show you a traditional pina colada just for comparison. Now, you see the color is not as vibrant. However, this one does tend to lean more towards a traditional pina colada. This is really just meant to be a very refreshing island fruity drink.
The only time I have pina coladas is when I'm like buckled up on a pool bar somewhere.
I haven't had one of these in so long.
I'm used to having them frozen, so this will be new.
Yes, and this can be done frozen, of course.
Oh no.
Wow, that's dangerous.
Yes.
Oh no.
That really vibrant
Dangerous, but also
pineapple
not dangerous.
Right. Dangerous in
Because
a
there's no sugar.
beautiful way.
In a beautiful way.
I'll just sit over here.
Now this
Patrick, do you get a lot of people coming in asking for like keto specific cocktails?
every day. Every day you get that,
Really?
especially here in Southern California. You get
Well, yeah,
everybody
true statement.
is very health conscious, but they still want to go out and have fun. They want to live their lives.
course.
You know, you don't want to be stuck inside just because
Well, that's what
you're
turns
doing
people
keto.
off from diets is that they don't want to have it alter
This
their.
is going to allow you to still go out on that Friday night and meet up with everybody and have those nights out, or if you're on vacation, this is a great way to still be able to enjoy your life and live how everybody else would.
I've always had this question about ketosis and what it takes to get there, to stay there, and then how easily do people drop out of it? Like, is one cocktail and then you're just kind of messed up and you have to start from scratch? Or is
The
it
problem
like something
is people think that.
Okay.
So they'll have one cocktail and they're like, oh, I blew it. Let's
Right.
bring on the nachos and stuff like that. But the thing is okay, you can have that one cocktail, but keep everything else keto style, if you will. You know, I have a lot of friends who are new to the keto diet and they, for instance, like binged on candy or something like that, and they feel so terrible the next day. It's like it's a hangover basically, except without alcohol. And then they get back into the keto diet and immediately they can get back in ketosis. So it's really just a mindset that you have to adopt. That's the bottom line.
Speaking of the kitchen, what are your top 3 like go-to keto recipes, foods?
I love making air fried salmon. That's my #1 favorite recipe.
What is air fried salmon?
Okay, have you? Do you know what an air
I've heard
fryer
of
is?
fried, and I've heard not.
You don't know what an air fryer is?
I don't know what an air
Oh
fryer
my
is.
gosh, it's mind blowing.
No
so,
way.
I actually found this gadget on like an infomercial a long time ago, and it's basically like a convection oven. It looks a little bit like a toaster oven, and it's just on your counter. It's kind of big, but you put it in there. What I do is I take the tray out, if you will, and I put my salmon in there with a little olive oil, and I stick it back in there, and I broil it for 28 minutes at 400 degrees, and it comes out crispy. So it makes you feel like you're eating fried food, but it's air fried, so it's not deep fried. It doesn't have the extra oil and the fat and all of that, rancid trans fat, basically, because
Right.
what happens when you deep fry things, usually the oil just becomes so
Carcinogenic, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and terrible for you. So it's just a better way of making crispy food.
Could you do vegetables like that?
Oh, you can do everything in the air fryer. It's amazing. My favorite thing is the air fried salmon. And
Okay.
then
2 other things, 2 keto.
I mean, I love doing air fried chicken wings too. That's another one of my favorites.
so it's all going to be air fried.
It's all gonna be no. I love to do grilled things. So grilled steak, for instance, is really good. But my 3rd favorite keto thing, honestly, I love to make avocado pudding.
Do tell.
Okay, so basically what you do is you take an avocado and you put it in a blender, and then I like to add some collagen powder, just to give a little extra boost. And then I use the sweetener erythritol, so I put a little bit of that in there, and then I just blend it together, and it's just like this sweet creaminess, because avocado doesn't really have a taste. But the thing is with the collagen, you can put vanilla in there, so like a vanilla collagen, or you can put a chocolate collagen.
I was going to say, what about cacao?
Yeah,
Is
you can
cacao
put
keto?
Yes it is. So you can put that in there if you want. The best part about this avocado pudding is you can flavor it however you want.
Got it.
And a lot of people don't realize, natural, the flavor extracts. You can put those in there. And there are some flavor extracts out there like donut. You could put that in there and it would taste like a donut. I've experimented.
Okay.
And it's really good. So I highly recommend that.
What is
too.
your favorite keto sweet treat, aside from the pudding?
I've made keto donuts before.
Wow.
And they are very good. And another thing about me is I am dairy-free keto, and I'm nut-free keto. So it's,
Girl!
I know, because a lot of people rely on the dairy and they rely on the almond flour for their baked goods and stuff like that. I use coconut flour,
Okay.
and then I just use eggs. And eggs are a really great way to fluff things up.
Personally, I know if I were to transition to a keto lifestyle, I would need a little bit of help. So a product like this, which is the Keto Rex, is the perfect solution to my problem with carbs. It's got everything I would need. 1 metabolism booster, because we want to keep that metabolism up. It's got green tea extract, which is going to help with that. It'll promote more weight loss than dieting alone because of that boosted metabolism. So it helps you get through that kind of keto fog or keto flu that we were talking about. Supports healthy LDL cholesterol and triglycerides levels already in the healthy range. all good things, an appetite suppressant again. So when you're having those kind of cravings for carbs, this is going to help you suppress those cravings. Fuel for brain and muscle. When you transition to a keto lifestyle, your body is now running on fat, and your brain performs superiorly at that level. Oxidative stress reduction. So we want to make sure we're getting those healthy antioxidants, another buzzword in the health and wellness community, and those are in this product. Glycemic stress control is going to help control those glucose spikes so you don't have those spikes in your sugar levels. Promotes a healthy response to inflammation. We talked so much about inflammation, and that's really the key to make sure you're finding the foods and the products that reduce inflammation in the body, because that really is the #1 source of all dis-ease in the body. And finally, increased energy, focus, and performance, because really, who doesn't want that?
You notice all of these keto cookie products and pastries and donuts and all that sort of stuff, and it's just these brands are realizing that people still crave those things, so they're trying to get away with it.
Yeah.
And I don't personally believe that is the way to go. I think a keto Mediterranean lifestyle is a very appropriate way to adopt the keto diet.
What do you mean by that? The keto / Mediterranean? Because that had a lot of buzz, you know, a couple years ago, the Mediterranean diet. So now you're kind of marrying those two.
I've done a lot of research about a whole bunch of different diets, and what I did was pick and choose from a lot of different diets and mesh it all together. So I live a very keto Mediterranean diet where I'm very high in healthy fats like olive oils and olive and avocado and fish and grass-fed and grass-finished beef, as opposed to just dairy products.
Or cookies and bars and shakes
and bacon and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, like I don't eat pork personally, but you know,
I love the tone. Personally,
I don't eat that. But there are so many people who rely on these saturated fats that just aren't the best for you. Some people actually are going on a keto diet because they want to like reduce their cholesterol levels, but then they subsist on these processed meats, and it's doing nothing for their health.
I love that approach, because for me, I am Greek and Italian. I have to tell you, when I went to Italy, I never felt better. And such good food, and you don't feel like you're on some keto diet.
No.
You're just, well, aside from the bread, I did.
I mean,
quite a bit of bread. There was a lot of olive oil. I needed something as a vehicle for the olive oil, but I never felt better. And it was the walking, right? And it wasn't like
walking everywhere.
I had to do these hard, intense workouts. It was just a nice walk all day, like through Portofino and the Amalfi Coast, and then just lots of olive oil, lots of olives. And I think people are missing that when we get so caught up in the keto lifestyle, right? That there's life to be enjoyed.
So the problem is we are talking about the keto diet as it is a lifestyle, but the people who are adopting it right now, they call it the keto diet.
Yes.
And they hear the word diet and they hear restriction, and they all of a sudden are like, I'm gonna give up on this in a week.
Yeah.
It's not gonna last. It's not sustainable. But if they start adopting it as a lifestyle, then it'll work for them.
I love that. I'd love to like leave people with that message. Thank you so much, Gigi. It was so great talking to you.
Thanks for listening to me.
I know. Well, you're a wealth of information, and I hope more people follow and listen to kind of your approach to the keto diet.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If you have any questions or comments, or to see all the great tips from the show you learned today, hit us up on social media and like us and follow us, because we all like to be liked and followed. And thank you for joining us. It's great to see you again. We'll see you on the next episode. I'm Jennifer. Until then, be well, be healthy, be now, be life.
You guys are amazing.
Woo! We were just getting to the good stuff.